Hi, welcome back to Honor Hero, and we're going to be doing a series of me seeing a sex surrogate therapist, which is basically to help with uh, my Christian molestation and rape and stuff like that I was going through. That started when I was 8, and then stopped, and then continued when I was 12 up until the age of 17 when I finally was able to leave. So I'm going to get into this, and we're going to be going through my mental state as how I'm going through things, as when I'm trying to learn more sexually and fix things that's dealing with my mental state sexually and stuff like that. So I've already went through 3 sessions. Um, I'm going to be talking about session 1 here. Okay, so this is for my sex surrogate sex therapy sessions, and session 1. Session 1 was an initial talk and consult, and I did it with Kendra Holiday, somebody that was here in my area. And so what I did was I made an outline for her website when I was getting started, and I went in there with an outline. So it was current life. We talked about current life, family history, childhood history, sexual history, and fantasy interest. Now, this is going to be for grown folks, so this is going to be talking about sex and all type of stuff. So, because that's what sexual abuse is. Sexual stuff happens with abuse and rape and molestation. So, all right. So, for fantasy interests, I had cock worship, lip gloss, cosplay, lingerie, and I had long hair for the fantasy interest. Next was goals, and then next was finally offer feedback. And so during our first session, that's what we talked about. We talked about my current life, we talked about my family history and stuff like that, and then my childhood history, talked about the abuse there, my sexual history, talked about when I first lost my virginity, what was that like, and stuff like that. And fantasy interest is just stuff that I haven't really discovered, and so that's what that is. Then I was given an ACE quiz to take on a website called www.npr.org/section/health shots, and then take the ACE quiz and learn what it does and does not mean. So if you score anything above a 2, that means your abuse in life was bad and you could have PTSD. Mine was an 8. So then I was given a love language quiz on a website called www.goodnet.org, Articles 5, Love Languages, Which One Are You? And mine is physical touch. And that's pretty much what was happening after that, because after I went through explaining what my current life and my family history, childhood history, sexual history, and fantasy interest, after I was talked all about that, that was the end of that session, and I went home after that. And after I had got home, that's when I got the emails where I was given to take the ACE is like abusive quiz. You got 10 questions, and you kind of score however many you answer yes to, and I answered yes to 8 out of 10. And then you do a couple questions on a love language that I got on the email, in my email, to do that before I end up in my session number 2. But that's it for this video, and that was it for that session 1.
So we do have some questions to ask you about the session, because to kind of give people a picture of some other things you may not have talked about the session. So first off, how did you find Kendra Holiday?
My lady recommended it to me.
Where did she find Kendra Holiday at?
Just on a website, looked up for sexual abuse hands-on, and because I need hands-on help with this, because that's where my problems are.
Okay, so basically you found Kendra Holiday online through through your fiance, basically.
Yep.
Okay, so I remember talking to her, and she said it was like she went online, Google sex surrogacy and stuff like that, to see if that would be kind of a good avenue for you and stuff. So,
I was really nervous about that at first. I'm like, are you okay with me having sex with another person? And things like that, because I mean, I had to check her feelings first, but since she said go ahead, go for it, and try to heal, that's what I'm doing.
So when it comes to, you say having sex with another person, for other people out there, we want to make sure people know that it's not just you going out and doing some like cheating or doing something. You're using the sessions as a means to try to heal from your past. It's not something where as a guy you're going out and just having sex with some chick because to make an excuse about something. You're using it because it's a sense of healing to reintroduce you to sex in a more positive way, right?
I don't know what other people use for. I know what I'm using it
Well,
for.
I'm saying like you're using it.
But
You're being.
for me, I'm in it to reclaim my sexuality back and
Yeah.
to know what I'm doing in the bedroom, know how to have sex properly, know how not to hurt a woman, know how to touch properly, know what parts of the vagina are. I didn't even have sex education when I was in high school. I had a boating class. They either gave you a boating class or they gave you sex education. I never got that, so I got the boating class, like SpongeBob.
So basically, for people, we just kind of want people to know that this is about healing. That's what this is about, and healing from what you've gone through. That's what this is about, and stuff like that for people watching and stuff. So another question is, where was this intro session at? Where did it take place at?
I was in the intro session was just at her place in her. I'm not even really sure if this is really her home. I don't know if this is just a place she borrows to do business. I'm not really sure, but it is a house, okay, and it's her place, basically, or a house. It's a house, and whether it's hers or not, I don't know, but it's a house.
So how do you feel about the fact that it's taking place at a house rather
than? At least
than?
it's more comfortable. It's not an apartment where a whole bunch of people can hear my business and hear what's going on. At least it's secluded, and it's like a house where you can make yourself at home type of feel.
Okay. So took place at her house. So would you feel different if it had taken place at like an office or something like that?
No, I don't know. I have not went through that experience, so I can't say. All I know is that if it was an office and it was something like a massage room, that would be totally fine.
Okay. All right. So how old would you say that Kendra is? Would you be able to say? Because some people might be wondering how old she
40.
is. Okay, so she's 40 years old. And what kind of experience does she have?
Lots. Like based off of her website, she has a lot of experience. She's been doing this stuff since it looked like it's 2019 now, and it looked like her earliest things that she was doing is 2007. So she's been doing this for a long time.
So she's pretty experienced in what she's doing.
She has a lot of blogs about her different experience with. She's done gangbang stuff. She's very open. Her website's be open.
So she's very sexually confident about what she does and stuff.
Yeah, she's went through ups and downs in her own life, things like that.
Has she helped a lot of people?
Through their comments, and through Twitter, you can tell that they have, and through the meet and greet at the Monocle, she's helped a lot of people because her name was coming up and different people were saying, I'm talking about how she's helped them and their experience with her. So.
Okay, so you got your first session down. We got it that it was like an intro and stuff like that. Trying to think if there's any other questions that people might have about this. Did we cover where the place was? It was happening at.
It was nice because when you walked up on the concrete.
House.
The concrete leading up to the house. It had written in chalk, "Let's have fun" with a heart. So that was a nice little welcoming thing.
Oh yeah, so she made you feel like safe and comfortable in the environment and everything like that.
Yeah, and she doesn't sit really close to you. She sits far away from you, and she basically types everything in on her computer. She takes us notes and I guess she figures what expertise she has to use for next time.
Did you have any feeling, like, did you think she would be like a religious person, like pretending to You know,
Well, at
because
first I let her know, like, hey, I'm not Christian, and I was molested and raped by Christians, 2 of them. So could you please? I mean, I was really hoping to know, because if she was a Christian, I don't know. I would be thinking that she has hidden motives, just like my molester did, or rapist did, like both of them. Because I had a male and a female. The female would hold me down while the male would do the stuff. So I had. If she was Christian, I would not be trusting her.
So, and you say not trusting her, so...
Yeah, I would be thinking she has hidden motives.
Okay.
It would be putting me in a... It would be putting me in a flashback mode almost constantly, and it would be hard to focus because of her being a Christian. Because they was Christians. And so I have to go through the same thing with another Christian. I wouldn't like that.
So have you gone on social media and saw any resources where people are saying they're educating people about sex, but then it turns out that they're fakes?
Yes,
so what are a couple of people that you've like seen on social media that you think were not helpful?
Well, I cannot think of their names right now.
So they're...
I'm sorry about that. But, like, there was Adina Rivers.
Yeah.
There was...
Adina Rivers. So what about her? What do you think that...
Well, I was on her seminar.
Yeah.
And she was doing a live seminar, and there was a bunch of women asking, well, how can they better please their men? Because men are visually stimulated. How can I look great? How can I do this? But she was only focused on what men can do for women, but she wasn't answering any of the women's questions that was coming up. And I just thought that was really unfair. And she talked about, in her seminar how she, cheated, and then she had a baby, and she had infidelity, or whatever you call that.
Yeah.
And there's women asking, well, is he a real dad? Is the baby coming from another father, and then you got married, and then he found out? Because there was women that was in that situation, but she wasn't responding to them. And so she just wasn't answering questions.
And then what if...
I just basically stopped following her because I didn't realize that she was mean like that. I thought she was a nice person.
And then I remember there was another lady that that you said you watched before. You were telling me, like, before the video, you were telling me about this black lady that was like... She seemed like she was trying to educate people about sex and, like, different types of, like, sex stuff, like toys and different stuff.
Like how to ride on the D, how to ride on the penis and stuff like that. And she had all these sexual videos, but once I saw that she had in the background, God's business always prospers, I was wondering if that was old or if that's new or if she just never took that down, because she was offering for people to fly people out to New York if they told the story, which I did. I told my story about me and my lady. And I said, hey, do you have to be a Christian? Because I saw that you have in the back, God's business always prospers back there. And I didn't know that if you have to be a Christian in order to be qualified to win your competition or to be able to have a free consultation to fly out there to New York. And then she didn't respond, and I was like, whoa, because that was terrible. Because what if I would have been flown all the way out to New York with my lady, and we would have been stuck out there, and then she would have never freaking responded, just like with the email, and she would never responded with instructions or to help us or just stop talking to us, and we would have been just out there lost in New York City,
Yeah.
It would have been bad because she was going to be the one to fly us out there, and it would have been on her dime. So then if we wouldn't have brought any money, and she wouldn't reply to help us, and like she did in the email, we'd be screwed. She never replied till this day, and that was sometime last year.
Like, my question, I don't see if she's supposed to be...
Remember.
I was just going to say that I think if she's a Christian, like, and she's over talking about sex positions and sex toys and sex stuff, what the hell is she doing being a Christian and stuff like that? Yeah, if she's supposed to be a woman of God, what the hell are you doing being on social media? Because the Bible says you're not supposed to do that. And then talking about sex, and of course not. That goes against everything that she's supposed to be. If anything, she's supposed to be a church woman, covered up, not talking about that kind of stuff. Personally, but yeah. So I just kind of wanted to broaden the video with some questions or something. Did you have any lingering thoughts or whatever about anything?
I just can't remember the thing. It's like think it was like, I don't know if it was Bootylicious 101 or Sex Fantasy 101. I just can't remember.
Yeah, because you told me she was like trying to help this couple or this black couple or something, and she was trying to help them and
matter of
stuff.
fact, let me go to my email. It might be on my email somewhere. Unless I'm already deleted it, I don't know.
You might have, I don't know. I can give you a few seconds to look at it anyway.
Okay, let me just see if I got it on here still. It was a while ago.
Sometimes with emails, like, it deletes stuff, so.
Well, I don't know, because I'd have to log on to the internet.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, the good thing is that, you know, we're being open and honest with people, you know, with the, you know, truth and research, because people are really going to need to know the truth about things. So I think that's important. All right. So I guess that's the end of this one. I guess we're going to move on to the next.
Like Glamorous 101. I can't remember what it was.
Don't worry about it. All right. So I guess that's it for this video, huh?
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Session 1.